What's up everybody, we are here in Littleton. Welcome to another episode. We are going to try get down to Stewart Island now. It has been so hard trying to manage the weather. It's one day it's northerly, next day it's southerly. We got two big hops to do, from here to Dunedin and then from Dunedin to Stewart Island. And then we can think about going up into Fiordland, which is like Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound and those amazing spots. But I had an amazing time here. If you didn't catch last episode, we were at the Sal GP and I actually got to go on Team Canada's boat. We were foiling at 46 knots. It was one of the craziest things I've ever done. But yeah, that was epic. And then Jet Junkies New Zealand, they invited us out to go jet skiing. So we did a tour of the bay on jet skis. That was epic.
For our wetsuits because they're keeping us warm.
That is unbelievable. The scenery here is insane. Look at the backdrop. Just don't get this in the North Island in New Zealand. It's just, look at this. It's just absolutely breathtaking. This is something else. Coolest jet ski ride I've ever done, that's for sure. And also Danny from DMG Surfboards, he hand delivered 2 surfboards down here from Wellington. The most beautiful surfboards ever. Morning guys, here in Christchurch. I've just picked up Danny from the airport. He's a shaper from Wellington and he has built us a couple of boards, me and Britt. But I've managed to make this a complete surprise for Britt. Oh my god. Look at that.
We've even got Steve Gurney here for some action.
I saw Parlay somewhere up on the
Parlay.
Yeah. Beautiful, isn't it? Nice detail.
Alright, we'll leave this in the car and we'll do Britt's board.
Yeah, just got a fabric inlay on it.
Are you kidding?
Is that your name on it? Gotcha! Don't thank me, thank Colin.
It was this guy. Thank you. Oh,
You like it?
I love it.
There you go, those boards are so beautiful. If you want to support the little guys, he's just a one-man band. He's thinking about expanding to something bigger, but the price of materials in New Zealand is just outrageous at the moment apparently. So, you know, small shapers like him are kind of struggling to make ends meet. So order a board through him, you won't be disappointed. Lastly, we got a delivery from Icy Tech for 3 new chili bins. Sorry about that. These are absolute game changers. We've got 2 big ones on the bow that are just gonna store all of our diving and freediving stuff up there. And then we got this guy right here. These are the best chili bins you can get in New Zealand apparently, so we're stoked to get these. Check this out. This is already loaded up. It's just been an unreal week. Steve, who owns Eruption Brewing, just right here in Littleton, he lent us his ute for the whole week. So we've just been exploring and running errands. Thank you, Steve, I know you're watching. We've also got 2 crew members joining us. One's Joel.
Hey, back again. Can't get rid of me, bro.
He's one of our patrons from up in Auckland. He came to Tahiti, hung out in Auckland. We're just mates with him now, so he's coming down for a couple of weeks, or as long as his wife lets him.
What brings you back, Joel?
I'm obsessed. Nah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Any chance I can get to jump on the boat, I'd be here.
And Georgie.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm so pumped.
She's one of our patrons as well, but she's got a really cool story about buying a catamaran and planning to sail up to the islands in a couple of years.
It's pretty incredible. There's not that many people that go south, that circumnavigate all the way around Stewart Island and Fiordland. It's something I would love to do one day on our boat, but to be able to jump on as a passenger and sort of get a taste of it and see what the conditions are like, especially this time of the year. So it's pretty incredible. Really lucky to be here.
Good to have them both. So we're a crew of 7? Crew of 7 now. All right, let's go. We're gonna go down to Dunedin first. It's gonna get colder and colder as we go. We're gonna be the furthest south Parlay has ever been. We're gonna be the furthest south a lot of boats have ever been. South of Stewart Island, there's a couple of islands south of there, but you're basically heading straight towards Antarctica. So that's where we're going. So pretty challenging stuff. This has been way harder sailing around here than anywhere else in the world that we've been. So try and get it done.
Very excited, but
not that excited for the cold or the great white sharks. Excited for the fishing. The fishing's meant to be unreal down around Stewart Island. One of our patrons is down at Stewart Island when we're going, and he just sent me a video yesterday of a great white chomping on his outboard engine of his tender. So that's where we're going.
Woo! Dunedin, here we come!
Christchurch has been stunning. Well, Littleton anyway. This is an old volcano crater right here. This is what this whole day is. So what we're seeing, all these mountains surrounding us, is the walls of the crater. So cool.
No, mate. Just a tap. I think I'll move to 2 pairs of socks when we get down there.
Don't know why all 3 of them are sitting up there freezing their asses off, but anyway, we're down here editing away. So as we were leaving Christchurch, we were met by some Hector's dolphins who were actually responsible for the cancellation of the first day at the Sail Grand Prix, which caused very mixed reactions amongst the community in Littleton. Our first and only stop on the way to Dunedin was to be Akaroa, which was New Zealand's one and only French settlement from the 1840s, which still has an influence on the culture there today. Our overnight passage was as smooth as it gets, so we were off to a great start. Beautiful, it was dead flat last night. It definitely wouldn't always be like that.
It was so good. I slept like a baby. It was amazing.
Night 1 success with my new roomie! We slept well together,
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah.
Woo!
Akaroa.
Very cold, but very cool.
Made it to Akaroa. This place looks stunning. Nice little stop before we head off tonight. All these beautiful houses on the hill.
Bienvenue à la Akaroa. We're in a little French settlement. That's as much as I know about it. Maybe we'll find out more when we go ashore.
I know they sell wicked fudge. Best fudge in New Zealand, sold in a little shop in here.
Joel's just been teasing us the whole entire time about foods and fudge and hot chips.
So, this is what's been happening. You remember that 30-day challenge that we did? Well, Ollie and Tori left, so it's now down to the 4 of us. But the Sail GP week that we had was an absolute write-off. We were eating pizzas and burgers But so what we've ended up doing after the whole Sail GP thing is the 4 of us have gone on a fast. So for me and Britt, this is our 4th day without eating a single thing except lemon and water and the odd herbal tea. This is Katie's 6th day.
Wow!
And it's Jamie's 3rd day with no food.
Nothing.
Whatsoever. And if you guys want to do the research on it, I'm convinced about there being so many health benefits for doing something like this. But yeah, do your own homework. It's not for everybody. But I feel incredible. I feel so, my mind feels clear. I feel like I have energy all throughout the day. I'm having trouble sleeping. That's the only thing that wasn't the same as last time.
I mean, there's definitely times where I feel, pretty weak. Like my strength is definitely not there. But overall, I feel amazing.
So I'm on day 3. I haven't gone as long as these guys, but today I feel that I really need something to eat.
I feel good, but like Katie said, a little bit weak. Like even just brushing your hair, I get easily exhausted. Bending down and coming back up, I feel super lightheaded. So I think fasting just affects everyone differently, but I'm glad I tried it, and it just proves to you the power of your mind over matter and how that could kind of control your whole world around you.
And so it's also the end of our 30-day challenge, which we all put in $20, and we had 4 prizes. So we could just go ahead and do the highest weight loss one. So where is this money?
I thought we gave $20.
Woo!
Who's going?
I am, because I'm cold.
How's the 6-pack?
Nah, she's looking...
He got the lines. He's got the lines.
Has he got the 6 coming? Oh!
102.7.
102.6.
6.
Okay.
65 and a half, roughly, yeah.
Woo!
9 kilos.
Yay!
All right.
83.5.
2.8.
And that is honestly purely from this fast, because we were not taking this month challenge very seriously.
We took it serious for a week. And It looks heavy.
5.3, 65.3.
So you won.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah,
Highest loser,
yeah,
the biggest
yeah.
loser.
20 bucks.
Congratulations,
I'll
you're the
take it.
biggest loser.
What
Thank
about
you.
the abs?
I'm fucking leaning towards Jamie right here.
Joking.
What?
You
What
are
are the top four?
joking.
Those are
Those
rolls.
are roll lines. Are you kidding
Okay.
me?
I think I can see some obliques on Colin, so Colin takes this.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's
That's it.
Go.
Katie, you're a bit high there. Yep. That's beautiful from everyone.
Oh, we've got Jamie shaking.
Yeah, I think Katie's shaking a bit too.
Yeah.
Shit. Some
Oh.
shakes going on. I got another
Nah.
Yeah,
Oh.
baby. 228. And he stops on 230.
So I get 2 and you get 2.
What do we get for the tie break?
Oh, good call.
Tie break, winner takes all.
Competitive than
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's saying something.
And so after days and days of eating absolutely nothing, it's important to break a fast with something light and healthy. But the problem with that is a veggie soup was the last thing I was craving.
But yeah, not as exciting as a
As a burger.
This is clearly not a paid promotion, and in fact I've never even done a paid promotion. But I am more than happy to promote a healthy lifestyle, so if you're curious, just Google the benefits of intermittent and prolonged fasting, and see if it's something you're interested in or not. I personally don't fast to lose weight, but that definitely is one of the many benefits involved, but do your own research if you're curious.
Yum.
Is it actually good?
It's actually really good.
So we ended up going for a walk around town that afternoon, and went out for another soup for dinner that night. But left bright and early the next morning to take advantage of some beautiful downwind conditions that were not going to be hanging around for long.
Man, it does not get much better than this. We've got this nice gentle breeze behind us. We've chosen to just put the code D up alone, and we're cruising at 5 knots, heading down to Dunedin. But what's going to happen tonight is this nice gentle breeze is going to turn into 20 knot gusts later on throughout the night. So we're enjoying this while it lasts. Britt's cooking some kingfish that we had previously caught, and everyone's just enjoying a bit of champagne sailing. The girls are upstairs, they're listening to music, they're on watch together, and I just turned the autopilot 30 degrees. Dunedin's that way. And it's been what, a couple of minutes?
Yeah. 10 and another 30.
They haven't noticed. How long does it take?
We were warming up. Has it really? We were waiting for our warm gear.
Busted!
You're 50 degrees off course.
I know.
I know! What do you mean you know?
We're up there like putting on our warm gear. Oh, this is nice. And then I looked at this screen like, holy shit.
Enjoy.
So the winds picked up to almost 30 knots that night, which meant we were absolutely flying towards Dunedin. We actually dropped the mainsail altogether to slow down so that we wouldn't arrive in the dark, which worked out perfectly as we approached the channel to Dunedin right at sunrise. But we got a little worried when a boat came racing out of the harbour straight towards us.
This is either really good or really bad. Here we are, the entrance to the channel, Dunedin.
Luckily, the fisherman was just a follower who wanted to escort us into the harbour, which was super cool.
I was like, oh, I'm in trouble as usual. And he just gave us the thumbs up. What a cool little entrance to Dunedin. How many layers do you have on?
All of them. I slept in this. One.
Jacket after jacket.
I know.
Thanks, Parlay. It's definitely the only time in my life I'll come down here by yacht.
You're not going to bring your boat down here one day?
No, it's too cold. I'm not that mad.
Captain Slater!
Yeah, it's immunity going on here.
It's on autopilot. Why are you holding it down?
Get out of here.
We've got people waving to us on the shore. So cool. We're going to get some fuel here at the marina, because after this, when we go around to Stewart Island and Milford Sound and all these really remote places, it might be a bit hard to get fuel.
So this is the last diesel stop. I want to have full tanks. We're so cold now that I don't really want the tanks to be low, because you get condensation on the inside of the tank, and then that runs down, and then you get water in your fuel, and then you can get you know, microorganisms in your fuel contaminated. So we're going to try and keep these things pressed. But we've had to motor so much lately because it seems like it's either too much wind or not enough wind around here. But yeah, let's get some fuel, probably about 400 litres.
So even though I'm from New Zealand, this was only my second time ever to be this far south. And it seems like the further south you go, the friendlier everyone gets. Dunedin was no exception, as a few people had seen my social media posts and had come down to help us out at the fuel dock.
Success! The locals are so friendly. The Otago Times came down with the newspaper. So cool.
We were heading down towards the Otago Yacht Club, but I had about 15 knots on the beam and had never even seen the entrance to the marina before. In a moment of stupidity, I decided to just shoot through the breakwater gap without knowing what was on the other side, and I immediately regretted my decision.
So that was 7 feet deep, and I had a meter. My hands are shaking a bit. I just went to have a look at it, and I wasn't going to do it, and then I could see my angle was going to work, so I just gunned it. Literally at a meter each side on those rock walls. Oh, so stupid sometimes. That was sketchy.
Hi there.
Hey, we're from the local newspaper, the Otago Daily Times.
It was nice to chat to the Otago Daily Times about all of our adventures. But more importantly, I wanted to try and encourage others to do the same, if that's what their hearts desire.
If we can get Kiwi kids to see the world and see sailing the world as an option to travel, yeah, it's about spreading the word of making the most of life, because it's pretty short. So one of our patrons, Dan, has given us a Hilux for the weekend. Everyone in Dunedin has been so generous. A guy just came around and gave us some venison sausages. Another guy yesterday bought some white bait for fritters. We've had quite a few visitors, and we're docked just sort of in a public place here. So gonna do a little bit of exploring because we're not here for long.
The first place we went to was Tunnel Beach, which was a bit of a hike, but was so worth it.
Tourists. I'm going this way. I f***ing landed on the prickle bush and put my hand in it.
Put your hand out.
Bro, that's just like soft sandy stuff.
This is so sketchy. We're on this massive sand. This is just sand, right?
Sandstone?
Sandstone cliff. Must be 100 meters high. At least the rugby field. Wow.
After Tunnel Beach, some of the crew went to Baldwin Street, which has the Guinness World Record for being the steepest street in the world.
And a massive tour bus just showed up with about 50 people, so we gotta get up this hill before they all do too.
It's very steep. I don't know how they handle this in winter when it gets really cold and icy here.
Like, could you imagine driving a car up here and having to do a hill start in a manual vehicle? No way.
Tippy toe technique.
Yeah, it's really good for the calf muscles.
This is crazy. It's beautiful though.
Already there's a view.
It's a hot right up, isn't it? The layers are coming off. The jumper's off. The legs are wet and sweaty. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So we all just made it to the top of Baldwin Street, and at the very top we met a world record holder. And what do you hold the world record for?
The most times anyone's run up and down here, I'd say, over the time that I did it. I haven't run it for probably 13 years because I'm on the list to have a knee replacement, but Yeah, I do 30 up and 30 down every day when I was running it. So.
We just looked him up. Dave is the undisputed king of Baldwin Street. So how lucky are we that we got to meet you?
Well, not anymore. That was in my day. Not anymore.
Sailor making waves on the web. Must have been a real slow day in Dunedin today because old McDougal makes the front page.
This is the least most papers they've ever sold in Dunedin. They're like throwing them out the windows.
I'm Craig.
Craig, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, too.
Back you safe at home?
I got you some veggies and stuff if you guys want them. Come up from Southland.
So we're having a Patreon meetup tonight, and I think the people from Dunedin are the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Just blown away. Everyone's just been so generous. I've never experienced this before. One by one, our patrons started turning up. And we even had patrons turn up from previous meetups, like John from Wellington.
Big John's here.
We try to do a meetup in every major city we go to, because it's so nice to see the faces behind the names that we regularly see on our group chats and comments. And we all just end up having such a nice time with like-minded people.
It's incredible. We'd never think that we'd actually see people, meet people in real life that you see travelling the world. Yeah, it's really inspirational.
This meetup was a potluck dinner, so of course the Dunedin locals brought more food than we could have imagined. Our patrons always thank us so much for hosting these meetups, but I honestly feel like it's us who need to say thanks, because we genuinely wouldn't be able to put so much time into this production without the support of our patrons. We put 40, 50 hours a week into this, and it's only possible because of our patrons. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have cleared the schedule tomorrow morning, and we're fully expecting to have some pretty mad hangovers. So let's tie one on tonight. And that we did, which made things a little hard when one of our patrons, Adrian, invited us to try our hands at aluminium welding the next morning.
That's what you got to try and get to? Well, hopefully you can do it better.
So the idea to biggest thing,
brush while it's hot.
biggest mistake people make when I just weld this. And I'll weld. See how black it is? Yeah. So you got to make sure with aluminium, it's so important that your nozzle is going where you want it to go. That way your gas is covering the area. Here we go. It's not going to be like golf. I can't grab your hips and.
Are we allowed to look at it?
Oh shit. Oh man, nice.
First time you've done it?
Yeah.
Happy with that all day long?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got a job. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
brother.
it.
Morning guys, we are going surfing in Dunedin. Already got my wetsuit on. It's going to be a real test of these new 7th wave wetsuits, is whether they keep us warm in this stuff. I think the water is about 12 degrees Celsius. Here the boys. Going surfing. Allen's Beach.
Excited, a little bit nervous about the 13-degree water temperature.
Another great white.
I'm just choosing to ignore that they exist.
Let's talk about these sharks for a second. There's great whites all over New Zealand. We've seen them on the tracker, and that's just a tiny minority of them that are actually being tracked. People surfing here every day, all year, and no one gets bitten. So they're out there, but I think we're good. A few guys here. It's a good sign. Allen's Beach, let's go check it out. A quick walk to the beach revealed pretty average surf, but absolutely stunning scenery. There were even a couple of seals hanging out on the beach, and because we had driven all the way out there, we decided to go for a surf anyway.
It's freezing and I've got booties on. Oh boy.
Even though the surf was pretty average day, it's always just nice to be in the ocean.
You'd be hard pressed to convince me that there's any better way to get exercise than going surfing. So our friend Casey over here, he said he's only ever heard of 2 people ever getting bitten by a seal. One is the guy that he's surfing with today, Tom, and the other one is him.
It like sort of grabs and holds, like you feel the sharp teeth, but not like I imagine a shark bite would just like go straight through your leg.
You shit yourself?
Yeah, little skid marks.
Well, Taylor almost soiled himself that day, but join us next week as we all almost do the same.
Holy sh**, they look so scary.
When a great white shark bites the back of the boat at Stewart Island.
It's coming in, don't let him eat the camera. Oh my god.
Whoa! He's huge!
Whoa, it's at the back of the boat.
Oh my goodness, he's coming. Colin!
Quick, stick it in.